talk about this AL East battle that we got going on, man. The Yankees, they just became the first team in the MLB this week to win their 50th game. And you would think with the way they've been killing that they would have like an 8-game lead on the division. No, they are a game and a half behind the Baltimore Orioles, who are on a run right now. They just had a very impressive homestand, taking 2 out of 3 from the Philadelphia Phillies, and now they're getting ready for a 3-game set against the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium these next 3 nights. Courtney, what are you looking forward to seeing in this series? I know it's June, it's early.
Oh no, it's really not that early anymore. We're halfway through the season. And we've got teams, the Orioles are a game and a half back of the Yankees. It's really not that early anymore in this race specifically. Because honestly, I'm a little disappointed. I thought the AL East race would be a little bit more contentious this season. So I'm a little disappointed by the bottom half of the division, especially Toronto. Like, that has just been the most disappointing outcome that I could have expected out of that team. They are 35-36 right now, 13 and a half games back of the Yankees. Honestly, just go ahead and tear it down at this point. I think we're cooked. But no, I'm really, really looking forward to this series. I can't wait.
Dante, what you think? What you looking forward for in this series?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just about to be a fucking heavyweight bout. Like, I'm looking forward to the 2 really great teams, and I think with Baltimore is, bro, you always have to ask the question, like, shit, who's coming up next? Like, that farm system is beyond loaded. So every time you look up, like, when they need to possibly, tweak a thing here or there, or bring somebody up and get a little spark, they can do that. And they can do that without spending a lot or without, sending guys away. So I'm looking more, I want to see how the young guys react to this type of environment, because this is a very important series for both teams. And I expect fireworks. So I think it's going to be an amazing series, but I really want to see from the standpoint of Baltimore how their young guys start to react in knowing, like, okay, this is year 2 of where the expectations are high. How are we going to respond?
Yeah, I'm excited for this series as well. Also, because Garrett Cole's going to be making his season debut on the mound Wednesday. So that's going to be big. They're going to throw him right into the fire against this team. I think this is something where this kind of means a little more for Baltimore than it does for the Yankees. Like, I think if the Yankees lose 2 out of 3, I don't think I'll look at them any different.
You should. After this weekend against the Red Sox, them dropping 2 games out of 3.
But this is why I shoot them some bail against the Red Sox.
They had no business losing those games.
This is why I shoot them bail against the Red Sox. They've been playing bad at Fenway in the regular season the last couple of years, and it's the Red Sox. It's like it's one of those things where I feel like stats and records go out the window when you play the Red Sox, because they know each other.
The Red Sox team also got a series win over the Phillies.
Yeah,
in Fenway. So
they've been playing good this last week, but
in the other division, they would actually be doing relatively well. Unfortunately,
right? If Baltimore loses this a little bit, I'm that's I wanted to see a little bit more from them. But the way they played this past weekend, they can carry that on. That's gonna look good for them. If they can sweep, and I'm not saying they're gonna sweep. Now you first place, and that changes things a little bit.
I would like to see what the other Yankees, not named Soto and Judge, can do. I think they have a combined like 680. Pardon me, I'm misspeaking. I think they have like a combined 680 average OPS between the rest of them. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, if you take the best 2 players out of everybody's lineup, what's that look like? The Dodgers, without Ohtani and Mookie, still have a combined 723 OPS. So that it has nothing, I think the Orioles is like 696 OPS without their 2 best hitters. So like, I would like to see the rest of the Yankees step up, specifically at first, second, and third base. That would be nice to see a little uptick in the offense there. Otherwise, the Yankees really are going to, if they don't do something at the trade deadline to get some bats into that lineup, get a little bit more juice in there, and not just rely on Soto and Judge, they are going to regret it tremendously when it comes October.
Mikey, what are you looking forward to seeing in this showdown?
Well, I think this series lines up perfectly for the Yankees to kind of go ahead and give the Baltimore Orioles a little bit, like a little spanking, a dosage of what they gave the Royals last week. In game 1, you have Albert Suarez going up against Nestor Cortez. That's probably the only game that the Baltimore Orioles have the pitching advantage in. They're going to go ahead and start rookie Kate Povich making his third start ever against Garrett Cole. That's going to be very tough. You're throwing a lefty versus right-handed dominant lineup. Then the very next day, you're throwing another lefty in Cole Irvin versus Luis Hill, who's probably starting the AL, All-Star game. So the pitching rotation lines up for the Yankees. They will be playing at home, and I just think it matches up. Bat wise, they're gonna load up with Judge, Stanton, Gleiber, DJ LeMahieu, Volpe. They're gonna have those right-handed guys in the lineup. So this is gonna, like you said, Scott, this is gonna be a big series for the Orioles to see where they're at, with their fellow rivals. They're not throwing, a Corbin Burns or Grayson Rodriguez, so we're not getting a true playoff feel as far as, best for best on the mound. But it's going to be interesting, and to the Red Sox point, they're only 3 games out of the wild card spot. So they go to Toronto today. They start a 3-game series in Toronto today. Toronto's directly behind them. If the Red Sox continue this momentum, we might see them in an AL wild card spot by the end of this week. So it's really it. What was that?
I say you spitting.
Yeah, no. So we're really close right now. We're really close right now to seeing, how this East is going to shape out, and we're getting to that point right now, Courtney, as you said, where buyers and sellers need to, kind of reveal themselves.
The Yankee schedule is definitely not getting any easier.
As of last week, the Red Sox were considered sellers. About 2 weeks ago, they were probably considered sellers. They dropped 2 to the White Sox. They went ahead and they were the team to allow the White Sox to get in that W column, but they've picked it up, beating the Phillies, beating the Yankees. Now you go to Toronto. Toronto had a very tough series with the Guardians as far as running through arms and bullpen arms outside of the game that Kevin Gausman started. Offensively, they're not really putting up runs like that in Toronto. So this is a perfect spot for the Red Sox to creep up. And, you got teams. You got the 2 central teams in the wild card spot. You got the Royals and the Twins. I think at the end of the day, only one of those teams is going to make it, and it's probably going to be another team from the East. So this is interesting. Middle of the week baseball. We probably are going to have the finals ending today, and to be able to be given a treat of Yankees Orioles, to kind of slow those wounds is pretty solid. On the baseball front.
And paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna.